Good morning to one and all. Today's topic is grouting. That means this grouting is related to sixth chapter in ground improvement techniques. The total sixth chapter will deals about how to fill a gap which was formed in the earth levels due to this dewatering techniques and other gaseous evaporation. Like several causes are there to form a gap in the earth substructures, so that if the gap is simply maintained, automatically those gap have to create a lot of damages to the structure. That means whenever we are going to construct a structure, so that below the structure we are having a huge amount of gap or some quantities of volume changes. Due to those gaps and volume changes of the materials, our structure directly will give loads to the substructure and below the substructure and ground levels. Due to those loads, automatically those empty spaces or gaps or volumetric changes will be settled downs. Due to those settlements of soil will cause a damage. Means whenever the settlement occurs, the total structure will bend in one direction, or sometimes a falling of structure also maybe takes place. To control those kind of unavoidable structural failures, generally we need to have these ground improvement techniques in different levels according to the application of the problem. First of all, this total sixth chapter is related to grouting. In this grouting techniques, we are having several materials used for the purpose of grouting according to the soil type characteristics and load of the structure and other that means other some water techniques. And we have to know all of those by using different examples. First of all, we have to know what is grouting and how this grouting technique was developed and in which areas. First of all, this principle was utilized and what are the different disadvantages and advantages in these grouting techniques, and uh, after the invention of this grouting method, what are the different changes have been takes place to this grouting phenomena, and by using different materials how it was be modified. First of all, we have to know how a grouting is takes place. Normally, grouting means simply we are injecting an artificial resin or any other settling component into a gap which was formed in between the layers of a structure or any other matter. First of all, we have to understand this paragraph is totally about this grouting. Injection of a slurry or a liquid solution into a soil or rock formation is termed as grouting. That means injection. Normally, injection means artificially we are pumping some quantities of liquids into our body to protect against different virus and any other harmful bacteria which was involved in our bodies, so that those injections is capable to resist those force, that means viruses and bacteria which was developed in the body. Same likely here also, they are directly injecting some slurry. That means slurry means a cement mortar or a liquid solution, that means a artificial chemical. Those are simply injecting into the soil. First of all, soil means if the total gaps are in between the soil layers, they have to inject that slurry or chemical into the soil layers, or any rock formation. That means rock formation means normally whenever we are going to construct a structure, that means our roads or any other dams, so that we have to observe the substructural data. In that particular place we are having a rocky strata, automatically we have to observe is there any folds or falls or any unconformities and any other void gaps between the structures. If there is any gap, automatically those gap we have to fill with the help of these resins and injections. Next one is a totally about grouting. That means artificially we are pumping some quantity of liquid or semi liquid stage material into a gap to fulfill the gap. The injected material is referred as the grout. Whatever the material we are artificially injecting into the gap or a void, those material we are calling as a grout. It may be a liquid grout or a solid grout. Normally solid materials are not pumping into those in a easy way, so that we are choosing a liquid materials, so that the liquid materials having a flowable property, so that these liquid materials are we are pumping after few hours or few days, the total liquid will be converting into a solid stage and the gap will be fulfilled by this material. This process of grouting was developed primarily as a technique for making vertical seepage barriers beneath the dams and hydraulic structures. That means, first of all, this technique was developed for the purpose of arresting the water flow from the structure. That means, whenever we have to observe a dam, the totally dam is a structure which was constructed for the purpose of storing water. If the loads acting on the dam were very high, automatically those water will be leaked at different weak points in the dam. Likely those weak points we have to observe. At that weak points we have to inject these resins to arrest the flow of water and the seepage of water. Normally to arrest those kind of blocks, they are using this cement slurry into the void space or riverbed material. It is a introduction. The total resin concept, that means the grouting concept, is developed to arrest the flow of water from a dam or a source. Next one, how this topic was developed in trackable record can be as early in the beginning of 1800s. That means before 2 centuries, this grouting topic was developed in 1802. The idea of improving bearing capacity under a sluice by injecting this self-hardening cementitious slurry was first introduced. That means 1802, they are injecting some self hardening cementitious. That means without any accelerators or any other chemicals, the total material will be hardened. Those, so that those kind of slurry was introduced in the years of 1802. And after 1893, the first systematic grouting of rock in USA as performed as a New Croton Dam in New York. That means for the purpose of arresting water flow in the dams in New York, they was using this phenomena in the period of 1893. After 1960, this jet grouting technique was developed. Normally grouting and jet grouting, those two are entirely different. Jet grouting means we are pumping the liquid, that means fluid or liquid with a huge amount of fastening. That means with a huge amount of force we have to pump this material, that is jet grouting. And normal pumping means they are using some liquids by the help of these syringes. Likely they are injecting the liquid into the gaps. In 1977, the application of a compaction grouting for controlling ground movement during the construction of Bolton Hill Tunnel. Tunnels means those are substructures, so that those are constructed below the ground level. Whenever we are going to construct these kind of substructures, we have to face a lot of problems. I means sometimes we have to observe some settlements. Why? Because those tunnels are constructed below the ground level, so that due to application of loads and self weights and some quantities of settlements, due to those also we have to observe this kind of settlements and this movement of ground from top to bottom. Likely we have to arrest those movement of ground from top to bottom by using this grouting method. At a weak places we have to observe. In that particular weak places we need to inject this resin to control the falling of ground. And what is a grout? That means what? Grout means a liquid material. How this grout was developed? Grout is a material, that means construction material used to embedded rebars in masonry walls, connect sections of precast concrete, and fill voids and seal joints. That means all those are application of construction industry. First of all, it is a construction material, and this grouting is necessary for purpose of masonry walls. Masonry means in building construction we are using different masonry walls. After masonry construction is over, we have to go for this plumbing work and current wiring. All those things we have to go for. Whenever we are inducing these plumbings and current wires, some quantities of cracks will form in the structure. To arrest those cracks, we have to go for this cementitious grouting. Some quantities of cement slurries we need to inject in the cracks, and we have to arrest those small cracks at early stages. After that, we are having these connected sections. That means at brick walls and column to beam joint and column, this wall column connections, all those we have to observe this grouting technique. And after that we having precast concrete. That means precast concrete means some of the elements of the structure are pre-manufactured in industrial plants. Those structures we have to collect and we need to assemble in different areas of a building. While assembling those kind of precast constructions, we have to inject these resins between the gaps. That means every member to member we are having some gaps. In those gaps we need to inject this grouting material. And next one is for the purpose of filling voids. Normally void means a gap which was formed due to this natural unclimatities and some of the man-made mistakes. In those conditions also we need to fill. And to seal the joints, that means joints means if there is a joint between tiles or any other walls or any other structural members. For long span structures also we have to observe these joints. In those joints we have to go for this grouting material. And the grout is generally composed of a mixture of water, cement, sand, and often a color tint and sometimes fine gravel. All those are a construction materials except this color lint and fine gravel. We need to mix in a well proportioned manner. That means without a well proportioned manner we don't have to get a required strength and bond between the elements. So it is the total phenomena about grout and materials used in the grout. In those grout also we are having different types of materials. First one is the suspension, emulsion, and solutions. After that we are having different desirable characteristics. First one, suspension means this suspensions consists of a small sized particles dispersed in a liquid medium. That means suspension means whenever we are pouring some quantity of oil in the liquid, so that those two materials are not mixing in a well grade, automatically we have to observe this suspension like phenomena. The total oil will be floating on the water. Here also whenever we have to inject these two kinds of materials, those will not be in a reaction. Those two are in suspension position. Suspension consists of small sized particles dispersed in a liquid medium. Those includes cement grouts, slurry cement and water, soil cement grouts consisting of slurry of soil and cement in water, and bentonite grounds comprising slurry and bentonite in water. All those are different kinds of suspensions regularly we are using for the purpose of filling gaps. Next one is the emulsion. Normally emulsion consists of colloidal particles. Suspension means floating particles. Emulsion means colloidal particles or droplets of liquids disappeared in a liquid medium, comma, bitumen emulsion fall in the category. All those are different categories in this emulsion medium. Next one is the solution medium. Solutions are liquid homogeneous molecular mixtures of two to more substances which are in chemical growth, such as sodium silicate solutions and acrylic resins and example solutions. All those are different kinds of solutions which are used for the purpose of filling gaps and voids in the structures. Next one, different desirable characteristics of a grout material. First one is the groutability and stability. These two are the main conditions. This total subject is responsible for strengthening the soil conditions. That means ground improvement techniques. Ground improvement means whatever the faults we have to observe in the ground, those faults we need to rectify by using these ground improvement techniques like dewatering, densification, soil reinforcement, and these polymeric materials utilization. And likely here also we are using these grouting methods. All those are leads to strengthen the soil by using different methods of improvements. Groutability also, it expresses the ability of a grout to reach the desired location to the soil mass to be able to do such growth should be possess sufficiently high fluidity and high suspension particles. If any, must be of a size that enables them to enter into the void spaces and soil masses. In some of the cases, the entering point of the void will be very fine. In those cases, we won't have to go for large size molecules utilization in the grouting materials. In those cases, we have to go for a fine liquids like matter to inject into the void. So that is the total groutability ratio equal to D15 of soil by D85 of the grout material. That means D means the diameter of the size of the particle and grout material. Those should be less than, that means greater than 25. Next one is the stability purpose. It is the capability of the grout materials, capability or capacity of the grout materials to remain in a fluid state and not separate or segregate and into the separate components. We need to grout the stable until have to reach the destination designation stability of a clay cement grout and usually more than the cement grout. Whenever we are using these materials at different places due to temperature conditions and these adjustment positions, they have to separate out. Normally at the initial stage of grouting, we are mixing those in a well grading methods. After injecting those, simply due to these ionic phenomena and different chemical formulas, those will be separate out and those will not be able to give the strength and simply they are losing from the surface. So that we have to avoid those conditions and we need to have some stability. And after that we have to go for this setting time. It is the time it takes before the grout sets into a cemented mass or gel. That means cemented mass means normally cement we are utilizing in different fields like a construction field. In the construction field, majorly we are utilizing for the buildings and roads and different masonry works, canals, dams. Likely in those kinds we have to utilize for different setting times. Normally if it is a structure located near to the water, we have to go for rapid hardening cement. The structure which is located in a cool areas, we have to go for strengthening cement. So that means less content of water we have to go for and huge amount of water we have to go for depending upon the temperature conditions. Likely here also we have to focus on setting time. Why? Because in some of the areas the total traffic we have to release in the less span of duration. In those conditions, we have to go for rapid hardening cement and rapid setting cements. Likely, we have to observe the setting time requirement for the structure or any other ground. It is the time it takes before the grout to sets into a cemented mass or gel. Early setting can be cause a difficulty in grout reaching its destination, and late setting can result in the grout being washed away if a sewage occurring through the soil. That means sewage means normally this kind of conditions we have to observe in canals which will carry a waste water. Whenever we are giving this kind of coatings, after the movement of this sewage or any other sludge, automatically due to the contaminants present in the sewage or sludge, those will react with these corroded materials and the strength will be decreases. So we have to avoid those kind of situations by utilizing a proper material which is having a rapid setting time. Next one is performance. Indicates the resistance to the grout possessed against being displayed from the soil voids within the time. Cement grouts have a greater performance than the bentonite grouts, which can get washed away at the time of seepage of water through the graduated zone. Normally, cement means whenever we have to go for this grouting techniques, we have to observe the site conditions. If there is any stagnant of water, we have to go for these cementitious materials. It is a dry condition, we have to go for this bentonite materials. Why? Because this bentonite will leach it off whenever we are having the flow of water, so that we have to avoid those bentonite materials. Next one is the toxicity. That means some harmness. Toxicity means it is the capacity of the ground to contaminate the groundwater coming in the contact with the advisable effect to the health of the workers handling in the injecting the grout into the soil. Normally, depending upon the ground positions, whenever we are having a structure located below the ground level, in those conditions we have to use these grouting materials in the substructure. Automatically, due to this application of grouting material in the substructure, whenever we are having these rainy seasons, automatically penetration of water and seepage, all those will be takes place. While the penetration is taking, automatically this resin or whatever the grouting material will be dissolved in the water, and those water will be released to the groundwater conditions, and those will be affect the groundwater contaminant, means affects the groundwater, and due to those affection we have to face this toxicity and pollution to this groundwater. Whenever we are consuming those kind of groundwater, automatically we have to face several health problems which are related to these bones and other eyes and teeth of a human. And these are the different grouting methods. First one is the permeation grouting, and the next one displacement comma compaction grouting, and displacement comma soil fracture grouting, jet or replacement displacement grouting, rock fissure grouting, tube a mankitis, that means tam grouting. These are the majorly 6 type of groutings. First one is the permeation grouting. In this permeation grouting, we have to observe this figure. A totally crane or a mechanical equipment is utilized for the purpose of injecting these grout materials into the below ground levels. So that in the particular figure, we have to observe the structure is having some quantities of cracks. With the help of this huge amount of voids are there, so that whenever there is a rainy season, automatically the water will be mixing with this soil, and those will be settled. Due to those settlements, the total top level of the road will be sink down, and we have to face some of the sinks formed to the ground, that means ground. So that is the cause we have to observe. What is the cause means? In the below the ground level, we are having some quantities of voids. Due to those voids, we have to face some zigzag patterns of the roads. We have to avoid those zigzag patterns by simply using this kind of grouting technique into the soil. First of all, permeation grouting is defined as the means of impregnating the voids within a soil or rock mass and thereby displaying, that means displacing water or and air from the voids and replacing it to grout. Whatever the water or any other gas is for present in the void, those we have to remove. After the removal of those gas or any other water, we have to fill those gap or void with the help of this cementitious or different grouting material according to the soil conditions. Without displaying the soil particles widening and existing features fill rocks, all those include injection of the thin grout into the soil, and once the soil cures becomes a solid mass. The third one is done usually using chemical grouts. Fourth one is used for creating groundwater barriers or preparing ground before tunneling. These four are the major issues we have to observe whenever we are having this kind of problems. We have to mitigate with the help of this permeation grouting. First of all, we have to observe where we are having this fault in the ground. Those fault what we are having, that means either gas or any other water, those have to remove. After the removal of those, simply we need to inject a small hole. From those hole we have to pump this either chemical grout or any other cementitious grout. After a few hours or days, the total solid mass will be settled and giving strength and the total to the structure. This is the phenomena about this permeation grouting, and these two are the different applications of permeation grouting, especially in the rock strata. That means rocky structures also we are having some gaps. Those gaps we have to fulfill with the help of these grouting materials. First of all, permeation grouting is widely used for making a vertical seepage barriers below the, that means beneath the hydraulic structures. It is also used for stabilization of soil around tunnels and shafts. Other uses includes seepage of, that means stoppage of seepage through joints of underground structures such as tunnel lining and basement of walls, etc. Here also we have to observe some of the structures, that means road constructions or any other facings like materials are there. In those facing elements we are having some gaps. Those gaps we have to fulfill with the help of these grouting materials. Here also a grout curtain is there, and a shell, alluvium, and a sand rock, fresh fished rock. All those things we have to observe and do. And second phenomena is grouting pressure. We have to observe the figure. We are having a grout pipe and permitted soil, and grout is simply pumping into the soil structure. To enable rapid permeation of a grout slurry into the void space, a high injecting, that is grouting pressure is desirable. It must not, however, the cause to the soil to be displaced or fracture. Hence, the grout pressure have to be limited to 25% and effective overburden pressure at the depth of grouting. At a point stage, the vertical effectiveness is also followed. Vertical effective stress equal to gamma x y1 equal to gamma x equal to y1 into h, where measure principal stresses and for soils at rest conditions. Horizontal effective stress sigma h dash equal to k naught into y1 yt, where k equal to some factor into y naught into h. this is the some of the chain, it means a line diagram for this growing phenomena. First of all, we have to mix these growth materials by using shallow slow paddle mixer. After that, we have to utilize with the agitator with a high speed, and then we need to pump those mixed materials in the grout pump, and we have to supply with some pressure gas. That means those mixed materials we have to supply with pressure gas. After that, we have to go for this settlement. If the mix is not properly, that means if the two materials are not properly mixed, we have to go for first stage, and we need to mix in a basin, and after that we have to go for this application. And the second one is totally a displaced, that means displacement compaction grouting. In this displacement compaction grouting, we have to observe the crack, that means whatever the void and how the void will be dissipated in the substructure. In the previous case, the total void will be in the form of tree roots, likely in a different cases, that means different angles we are having this void, but here the total void will be in the shape of a circle. That means total void we have to observe. According to the content of void, we have to go for this utilization material and application type. Here this compaction grouting is the injection of a thick low mobility grout that remains in the homogeneous mass without entering into the soil pores. As the grout mass expands, the surrounding soil is displayed and densified. A conceptual drawing of compaction grouting is shown below. First of all, when a low slump compaction grout is to be injected into the granular soils, grout bulbs are formed in the displacement of the particular area, which densify the surrounding loose soils. Normally, this kind of phenomena are used for the purpose of repairing structures that is having excessive quantities of settlements. Here also we have to observe some of the examples of applications, how this displacement compaction grouting was takes place. First of all, we have to observe the dense sand, loose sand, and different sands, and the application medium, and those two things we have to observe, and we have to go for this removal of soil in a linear manner. That means in the particular diagram we have to observe particular stage we are having a small quantity of gap. That means loose soil is there between the two strengthy soils. We are having some loose soil, so that we have to remove those loose soil, and in the place of loose soil we have to apply these injected materials. That means cementitious material or any other hardened material. In the second stage, they are simply cleared. First step, they are injecting a rod. After, in the second stage, they are twisting the rod so that the material will be loosened. In the third stage, they are simply remove the total content of loosed matter, that means loosened matter. In the fourth stage, they are going for simply filling this resin. After that, the total mass will be filled up from bottom content to top content. And the next one is related to this displacement of soil fracture grouting. Soil fracture grouting technique is a displacement grouting technique in which a lane slurry of cement, soil and water is injected into the soil at high pressure to fracture the soil and form root like thin lens shaped zones of grout material in the form of soil mass. The grout material spreads all around the grout hole, causing some densification of the soil mass and an increase in its macroscopic strength. Here also particular diagrams are we have to observe In this particular diagrams, the total process is explained. The total structure, that means in the first diagram the total structure is settled due to this weakness of the soil, and they have to observe the weakened portion, and those weakened portion will be rectified by injecting these resins by the phenomena of displacement soil fracture grouting. And the fourth one is related to this jet of replacement of displacement grouting. In this technique, a special grout pipe is called monitor, having a high speed jets of water or grout is used to erode the excavated the soil, and thereafter there will be a monitor is used for withdrawing the waste soil, and after that the strong impervious columns are produced by mixing grout with a remaining soil. So that this technique was developed in the Japan, and those uses special pipes for horizontal depths that inject grout into the ground layer at high pressures. This is the phenomena how the machine was doing a definite strengthy columns, that means definite strengthy places. In those places they have to go for the filling of this resin matter, that means matter. And application of this jet grouting, normally this jet grouting phenomena is applied for the purpose of grouted columns. Jet grouted columns can be formed in almost all types of soils, ranging from sandy soils, gravy soils, and clay soils. Sands are best suited for the purpose of this kind of treatment, and those will yield a large diameter of the columns. In the presence of inter particle attractive forces, those will reduce this erosive efficiency of the jets. Hence the diameter of the graduated columns are progressively smaller in sandy silts, clay silts, and clays. Gravel do not respond well to the jet grouting, both because of the less of water, grout through a different contents of voids, and difficulty in removing gravel particles. And fifth one is related to this rock fissure grouting. Rock fissure grouting is the use of a hole drilled through these fissures and joints of a rock mass, which allows a grout to be injected at closed centers vertically and re-injecting if necessary. This mechanism also we have to observe on the top of the slide. We are having a total structure which was in the form of embankment. In the core we are having this failure. From the failure this is the top view. In the particular third point we are having top view, both jet grouting and tunnel are there, so that the material will be induced in the jet grouting by high pressure. How this grouting mechanism takes place means there is only one grouting mechanism for rock grouting. The following schematic diagrams shows how the mechanism for grouting is taking place. The grout is injected under pressure through the grout hole and drilled into the rock mass to be heated. And grouting in progress means those two diagrams we have to observe: grouting in progress and grouting completed actions. Next one is applications in rock fissure grouting. It is a sealing rock mass underneath and at the ends of the dams to prevent the seepage or leakage of the reservoirs. Why? Because if the small leakage is there, automatically the total water will be drained day by day, so that after a few months the total water will be removed from the dam due to this kind of leakages. So that we have to observe in a daily, and we have to arrest those leakages by using different grouting phenomena. And the sealing rock mass also above the underneath of rock tunnel to prevent water seepage into the excavated tunnels. Normally this kind of tunnels we have to go for while we are using this multi-purpose dams. Normally multi-purpose dams means dams are utilized for the purpose of as storage as well as production of this electrical power. In those conditions we have to go for this tunnel constructions for pumping water with high pressure, and those water is able to rotate the motors, and those motors will simply generate the power. And next one is cementing fractured rock mass. Its main application is in the field of water stopping, especially in a tunnel excavation project. These three are the major applications of rock fissure grouting. And the next one is tube a machinates grouting. That means tam grouting we are calling. In this tam grouting, it is a use of sleeved performed pipes to grout holes. Soils are completely decomposed rock and allow grout to be injected at a close centers vertically and re-injected if necessary. And how the grouting mechanism is takes place is it is a grouting technique for grouting in the soil for formation purpose only with partial or complete displacement or in filling groundwater. Normally the schematic diagram we have to observe. Simply the resin matter or grouting matter will be flowing like a water or a small chemical with a low surface tension. These are the graphs which shows the phenomena of this grouting with different kinds of materials. So first of all we are having cement and bentonite cement and spinar hardened silica gel. All those are different materials which are used for the purpose of this grouting phenomena. Normally cement materials we are using in the purpose of structures, that means above the ground structures. Remaining all those matters we have to use for different quantities of soils, means soil type, and we have to compare what are the chemicals present in the soil type, so that those two are having any adverse phenomena or correlated phenomena. According to those conditions we have to utilize these chemicals. And the next one is the applications of this tube manchites grouting, that means dam grouting. Sealing soil mass above the underneath a tunnel excavated in the soil under compressed air condition. That means compressed air means those materials will not having a flowable property, that means easy flowable properties, so that we have to go for this high compressed air, so that this high compressed air will pushes the matter, and those matter will be formed a layer by layer in the bottom of the structure. And the ceiling windows in coffer dams. Normally coffer dams means at the core of the dam we have to observe these coffer dams. In those conditions also we are having some huge quantities of pressure and stresses will be developed in the dams at a coffer condition, that means coffer dams. Here also we have to observe this failure, that means cracks. Those cracks also we have to go for arresting by the help of these dam coatings. Next one is the consolidation of loose soil mass, especially these granular soils are having very loose properties. Those conditions we have to arrest by using this dam grouting. And next one is the sealing underlying of soil of dams. These are the different conditions, that means a few conditions we have studied. After in the next class we have to go for a complete detailed explanation about each conditions and each grouting processes